I actually read that Keira Knightley just recently did an interview with The Telegraph, and she just had a baby 7 weeks ago, her second child. Congrats to her. But, mama's on the move and mama's working.
Yeah.
So she's out here promoting her new movie, and she literally was coming into the interview saying, I just pumped seconds ago because she is breastfeeding her child, and she was talking about that if she doesn't pump, she's like, literally, it'll feel like my boobs are going to explode.
No, it's called getting engorged. It is the worst.
Ooh. Okay, so I have to ask you, you just had a baby 4 weeks ago.
Yes.
You're here back at work.
You look
Were
amazing.
you breastfeeding? Are you breastfeeding? Do you relate to the struggle?
Okay, so breastfeeding is like a whole nother full-time
Do tell,
job.
I have
Yes,
You
it
know
is.
how it goes.
It is
It's
work.
every 2 hours. And there's something about when you start breastfeeding, you don't realize how fast 2 hours goes.
Yes.
Like, it goes like this. I mean, once my
And you
mom's
start
in the
feeling the
audience,
letdown. It's like,
What's the letdown?
Yeah, no, you do. And my mom's in the audience. I remember once, like,
Where's your mama?
right?
mommy?
Hey, mommy.
Hey, put the camera.
You just got mom in the audience not saying anything.
And my mom and I took my son for his like newborn pictures, which was like 3 days after he was born. And I literally was driving in the car with my pump hooked up, like pumping. Because if
It becomes your purse.
It becomes, am I going to eat breakfast or am I going to make his breakfast? It's like one or the other.
And then Tam tells me you have to make sure you eat so that you keep making the supply
the
of breast milk.
I have to say, I'm so happy that America has finally become more accommodating for working moms who choose to nurse.
Yes.
Target is now opening up nursing rooms. If you look in the airport, they have nursing pods, and also
That are private.
workspaces now have these gorgeous lactation lounges.
Yes. So cool.
And I gotta
And they
give it
offer
up
daycare, a lot of
to Warner
workspaces.
Brothers and Telepictures. Thank you so much for allowing a beautiful space for me and Araya when I was here.
I love that.
It was my space. But
Yes,
I
it
gave
was.
up.
So thank you for giving it up
But
for us.
It's true
I
because
will never let her live it down.
No, I gave it back though.
Yes, you
You
did.
when it comes to
And
breastfeeding,
anybody else that is going to have a baby can have
use your
the
space. But when it comes to breastfeeding, it's like that one thing no one wants to talk about. It is.
Yeah.
It's like out of all the commercials you see on television, you don't see one about nursing pads or like lanolin cream.
No, they
or
can't get
you
enough of-
never see anything about nursing ever.
I want to say this that I heard,
What'd
and
you hear?
I couldn't believe it. My friend who just had a baby, Kim, in New York, she said that the breastfeeding itself and the nibbling of the nipple and the whole chafing and whatever that the baby has to do was more painful for her than even giving birth itself.
Yeah.
Is
Oh,
that
absolutely.
true?
Absolutely.
How was your initial latch for your first child?
So for my first child, she didn't latch great. The
Yeah.
last child
What's
did
latch?
though.
Latch
It's like
is when
how they get the nipple inside of their mouth.
Yeah.
What do you mean how? You
Yeah.
just stick
So you have to make sure. No, you have
No.
to make sure that the baby's lip is like this, like
And
this.
the nipple is like back in
Yeah.
the throat.
What is it
basically.
doing if you put the nipple in its mouth?
It won't work.
and
It
it'll
won't work.
hurt
And
like
they don't know how
hell.
to suck. Like once
The
the
point
mouth
is
is all the
that
way
is
around.
No one talks
weird,
about
dude.
this, and we need to
That's hella
normalize
weird.
this. That's the point. No one talks
That's
about
what I'm
this.
saying.
Okay, I get
Go
that.
for it.
I get
What,
that.
what's
We done
your
talked
question?
about the baby and the latching.
Yeah.
How do you get it to? First of all, you breastfeed mothers, do not be leaving it with the aunties if it's not off the breast. Now you tell me how we get them off the breast.
Okay,
And
so
you
that's why
pump.
you pump.
You
That's why you
pump.
pump, so that you can save milk. And you look in the refrigerator and you're like,
I would
oh
actually
my
do
God,
that.
this looks
the
good.
bottle. When did you introduce the bottle?
See, the bottle still has breast milk in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I introduced the bottle, honestly, to all of my kids in the hospital. All three of them were jaundiced. And a lot of times to help the jaundice, you have to supplement because they kind of poop it out.
Okay.
So you have to feed them so that they could use the bathroom.
Got it.
I'm so-
and they say
And
it's also
Adam,
great
it's
because-
great. Yes, my husband wanted to get involved, so what I did is I made
With
sure
the
that
breastfeeding?
yeah, well,
Did you put some
not
grease on
that. No, but he wanted to be able to feed the baby, so
Yes.
I would pump, and then I would let him feed the baby with the bottle.
Yeah,
They
but
do
that-
have amazing nipples now that actually feel a little bit more like the
Yeah,
mother.
but just don't
the
go on
cover
no
over.
vacation. You know,
And leave
we'll
the
talk
baby.
about
No.
that later.
Because they would want to latch on you for sure.
Yeah.
I love it. This is such
Right.
great conversations. We want to definitely continue to normalize breastfeeding
Yes.
and opening up and having these kind of conversations.